Yeah, went up to a little cabin. Um, had a decent weekend. Grabbed Reggie and Min and Billy and Boo and the crew, as
The
well as
gang.
and the gang. Punch Mom and Momo, and yeah, we all just went and chilled, had some board games, had some good fun. Um, there was a decent opportunity to get some kite flying in. Um,
I saw.
that was nice. That was rejuvenating. I appreciated it. It was very brief because there wasn't enough wind to get a good session going, but just enough to, got a good about half an hour or so in there. So that was nice. Got that Bucky's kite up in the air, represented. So we stay bucked. That's how we do. Got to yeah, brought the telescope as well, but like it was we were unfortunately we had some good stars, but like weren't able to like get the calibration going. So maybe next time. Um we what else? There was like yeah, and then just like in terms of board games, had a good bunch of board games that I've been meaning to get to try out and get around
Hmm.
to. Got some really fun ones in there. So something I bought a while ago was the Red Dragon Inn, and I had been recommended that as a board game that is basically you're an RPG party, but you're coming back from the adventure after it's done, and
Okay.
you're having a beer at the local inn at the
All
tavern,
right.
and your goal is to talk shit about how fucking cool you are and have drinks and not be and be the last one standing. Either don't pass out from too much drinking or don't get kicked out because you can't pay your tab. So
Okay.
that's it, right? And it's pretty yeah. So that's the basic premise. Um, you are all you pick your character, and your character has a deck and all these cards associated with them. And what you basically do is every turn you have a bunch of numbers from like say 1 to 20, and then your life starts at 20, and your alcohol starts at 0. And
Got
as
it.
and as you take damage, your number goes down. But as you drink alcohol, that the other number goes up. And if they meet in the
Hmm.
middle, then you pass the fuck out. So um, you get into bar fights, you hurt yourself, you drink something poisonous, you take damage, you get
Hmm.
lit up with a fucking a shot, and then you have to take a chaser, and then another chaser, and then you drink some orc ale that's
Hmm.
like only it's good for orcs but bad for humans. You
Hmm.
content goes up, and then you pass the fuck out. You're out of the game. If you spend you gamble with each other, and then like you have to raise the ante, and then you can play these cards to take control of the round of gambling and stuff. And when you run out of money, you get kicked out, and so on. What's really awesome is the game is basically set up so that you can play Yu-Gi-Oh level. But you played your gambling
So it's a
card.
card game.
It's a
You're using
card
cards
game.
here.
It's cards.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You have 7 in your hand and you play counters to each other. So someone's like, I force you to take a drink and tip the bar. So
Hmm.
spend some money and take this drink. And then someone says, I don't think so. I counter that and say, I don't have to do it. And someone goes, yeah, well, I counter that counter and make it so that not only do you have to do it, but now you take some extra damage as well because whatever, we're starting around the gambling and you fucking whatever, you did something, right?
Hmm.
um and then someone else has their like, okay, I have a card that specifically counters that one specific card that says, actually, I'm leaving to go on an adventure, I'm busy, I gotta go to the bathroom, fuck off. And I ignore the whole and like it's just this crazy game of like and JoJo like escalation back and forth until you've activated my trap card like times 50.
Now you're drunk.
It's great. It's really really fun, and the refreshing thing about it too is like every time you play, you can just try a different character, and everyone's got like different builds and stuff. So there's a mage that has like things where they're like, okay, I can antagonize everybody, get a fight started, and then just be like, and I'm ghosting out. You can't. I'm not a part of this fight.
I.
You know. Or obviously, like captain of the pirate ship can tax everybody and command things by authority. You got a muscle mommy in there that basically just tanks drinks and hurts people, and
Hmm.
doesn't do much else, and yeah, lots of fun. So it's got like maybe like 8 expansions now as well. Each time they expand the game, they add like 4 new characters too, so they're all compatible with each other. Just a really fun, simple game. Highly recommended. Red Dragon Inn, a lot of fun. And if you want to, you want to play hard mode, you can take real drinks
Yeah,
while having.
that seems like the most obvious thing in the world.
Yeah, doesn't say so, but every time you have to take a real drink, you can have take a game in-game drink. You can take a real one too, for a little bit of extra fun. Um, there was another great game called Cockroach Poker, which I really thought was fun.
Okay.
Very, very simple. You get a deck of cards with eight, uh, eight cockroaches, eight rats, eight spiders, scorpions, whatever. A bunch of
Bat,
different,
fly, cockroach, toad, rat, scorpion, spider, stink bug.
bunch of little critter crawlers, little creepy crawlies, and you hold a bunch of those cards in your hand, and everyone's sitting there. The goal of the game is real simple. Someone takes a card, passes it to someone else face down, and says, "This is a rat." That person has a choice to either say, "Yes, I believe you. It is a rat, and I'll expose it, and then you have to take it back," or "No, you're lying. I'll expose it, and now you have to take it back."
And if you're wrong, you get to keep
you
it.
have to keep it exactly, and in both cases, it goes down in front of the player, right? Or a third option is I say nothing, I look at it, and then I pass it to the next player, and I say something else or the same thing. I go, "Yes, in fact, that was a spider," or "No, that was not a rat," or whatever, and then I can lie or tell the truth and pass the buck along to someone else. And if they do the same thing and call me out, then I take the risk on me, or vice versa. And then whoever gets 4 of the same exposed creature in front of them loses, and it's first person to lose, game is over. There's no winner. There's just one loser.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So straight up, it's just, do not lose. It doesn't matter it's not about winning. It's about ganging up on the person who's about to lose. It's great. Real fun. And yeah, like the best kinds of games are the ones like that where you can just grab onto it immediately. Like one round face up in like slowly, and you're just good to everyone's good to go and it's quick to learn, So Cockroach Poker was the name of that one. And then there was another one too that was also fairly simple and good. It's called a Love Letter, and this was like a
Love letter.
yeah, and it was like a Star Wars edition of Love Letter. Not kind of similar in concept in that there's basically like 10 cards. 10 are like Jabba's palace. 10 are like Star Wars Heroes Rebellion characters. They all do something like guess the number. Guess you're holding 2 cards at a time, and you have to either you have to do one of the actions on the card that'll be like guess the number of one of the players, and if you get it correct, they're out, or force them to die if their number is above this or below this, or little conditions like that. And then you just kind of like play that, and you try to be the last one standing at the end of the round, and whoever has the highest card at the end, if you're not the last one standing, wins. And that's pretty much it. So just a really simple basic card game, but
Okay.
also very fast and fun. So yeah, just some cool